We just came up the trail from the Zimmerman Center right here, and this is way stop 2. And based upon what I'm seeing on the map right here, and I think I did get this right in the last video, this is where the palisaded village was with the 16 longhouses. That painting that I pointed out in the Susquehannock room down there, the view of that painting would have been from up there looking back that way towards Turkey Hill, which is right there. Based upon this map, the ruins are going to be right over there, so we're going to follow this trail up and around and then down that way. The Dritt family cemetery is right over there, but I don't want to look at headstones today. I don't want to start thinking about anything like that. I think the ruins are going to be right down here. I can see something in that little clutch of woods there. So I think this is the fence line they're talking about, because I can see an old fence there. There was another family in the 30s and the 60s, the Liebhardt family, who had a farm up here too. Obviously, I don't think this galvanized metal fence is from the 1800s, but I think this does represent the old fence line. Yeah, there it is. See that? Now, where would that spring be? All right, over there, I'm seeing some stone walls. Maybe that's a spring house. That looks like 1850s to me. Although this concrete slab here might be more recent. Some hardware. Okay, oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so this is quite a large structure here. Look at this. Probably made out of the Conestoga limestone, which to me means there probably is a little farmer's quarry somewhere around here. There's that concrete slab again. What is this for? There's a pipe right there going into the ground. I don't hear any water or anything. I mean, the spring may no longer be flowing. On that one old-time advertisement that we saw back in the house, it did say plaster of Paris. So if he's selling that, to me that would mean that he had a little quarry here somewhere, right? Because you would have made that using the limestone, and you also could have gotten building stone for the original house, for the Zimmerman Center. They would have had to have gotten that from somewhere. I don't know what this structure would have been. An old house or a barn. It's falling apart though. We got some kind of metal something there. That might be more recent. And you see all those pipes down there? What is that? Here's an old tank. Some of this metal stuff looks like it could be from the 30s. And you see this wall here, that concrete wall? Looks like it was built around a wood post. What the heck is going on here? There's that metal tank. I like how they use this stuff in the corner. I wonder what that is, because this looks like the Conestoga limestone. Then you got stuff like this and this, which looks more like sandstone. Now, where would they get that from? I'll have to look at the geo map. You come in here, you got these old metal structures. From wall to wall, it's got to be 50 feet. So this was a substantial thing here. You see these old galvanized pipes here? Those are definitely more recent. Old door frame. It's got these old insulators. So they had this thing wired up with electric at some point. Maybe this was an old structure that was here when the Liebhardt family came in and started doing their farming from the 30s to the 60s, and they kind of retrofit everything with electricity. Look at this. What is up with that? Why is that black like that? There's another one over there. Big slab here though. Big slab. I wonder if the spring was right here. Oh wait, I see a fence over there. So there's the fence line If you come down from waypoint 4 and take a left, you'll come right down here. You can't miss these ruins. They just jump right out at you if you want to come here and check them out yourself. Let's just go quick over here and see if we can find that spring, because it looks like there is a little gully starting to develop here. So I'm wondering if the spring maybe was down there. All right, hold on, we got something here. This one almost looks like it was built down low, so that might be the old spring house. And maybe that's like an old corral or something. Looks like a chimney or something over there with red bricks. What's this? That looks like an old well, maybe. My feet are like getting soaking wet. It's been raining around here. Huh, now maybe this could be an old house though. Yeah, this is more like a foundation, I think. Possibly for a house. Huh. Or maybe this is an old spring house? I don't see any water though. I'm thinking that thing we were in over there might have been the barn, and this might have been the house, because that almost looks like flooring perhaps that collapsed down. It's an old piece of farm machinery there. And these were steps going down to the basement. I don't know what you would call it. We got some concrete blocks there, which I don't think those are from the 1800s. Oh, okay, yeah. So here we have what I guess would have been a fireplace, a chimney stack right there. So if the floor was there, that's probably what this is. There's a lot of wood beams still running right along the top edge of the foundation going that way. And you see this? That's a well. Oh, hey, look at that. That goes down quite far. I see some modern piping there. So this is either a well or a privy. I'm going to say it's a well. Let's get the light down in there. Let's check this out. Looks like it goes down about 10 feet. Then you hit the water level. And then the water looks pretty clear. And then it looks like it goes down another 10 feet. And it's interesting because the walls of the pit, once you get down a certain depth, look like they're all made out of quartzite. Let's throw a little rock in there and see what happens. That's some creepy stuff. That water looks pretty clear though. Can you see that? Is that coming out in the video? Here, let me extend a little bit and then I'll do another shot. Down we go! There, is that any better? Probably not. But yeah, it looks like it goes about 10 feet down to the bottom of the pit. So it's like a 20-foot well. I wish I had a long enough pole we could probe it underwater, but I'm not equipped for that right now. That's looking up. There's a lot more up here than I thought. I thought it would just be one little old decrepit stone foundation, but there does seem to be quite a lot going on here. What's this? This is all... Hey, hold on. Oh, hey, look at that. It goes down underground. This is all concrete, so this might have been a more modern structure, or it could have been something built upon something much older, because the foundation does look like it's stone. Can we get down in there? This is kind of looking like a crypt, right? Look, it's got an arched entranceway there, concrete blocks, but then it turns to stone. Got my light, let's go check it out. Of course, we have thorns, as always. I'm glad I'm wearing my corduroy jacket. Oh, wow. Check this out, look at that. Nice arch there, and then a brick arch. And another arch. Oh man, this is definitely like going into a tomb or something. I wonder if this was a cold storage. Oh yeah, this is like a root cellar. Okay. It's just dank. It was whitewashed though. So it was used. There's a nice shelf there. That's looking back out. Oh, wow. There are some other footprints in here, so people do come down in here. To me, this stonework looks like it might be a little bit more modern. So maybe this is something the Liebhardt family built here way back in the 20s or 30s. And then they put a concrete slab on top of it with an additional brick archway right above you. Doesn't really smell too bad down here. Other than being kind of dank and dingy, it's not bad down here. Well, what a cool find that is, huh? Nice spacious entranceway here too. I would think if this was from the 1800s, the whole thing might be smaller. So we have the big foundation, maybe a barn, and back over this way we have what looks to be possibly an old farmhouse with the well, which is right there. And then right just beyond where the chimney ruins are, you have that concrete slab with the creepy root cellar right underneath. Super easy hiking on these trails. It's too bad the sun's not out. Make for a better video maybe. This is the offshoot here. There's a break in the fence, and that goes to the main trail, which continues down that way. Here's the main trail, goes up that way. The Zimmerman Center is right down there. When you're coming down this trail, when you see that break in the old fence line, all the ruins are right back there. Just be careful when you go check them out. Stick around for the end screen coming up here in a second. I'm going to put a link to the last video we did here. That was more over in that direction over there. That's more of like a bushwhack hike and went down to the stream there. Hope you guys had a great time. I know I surely did. And I'll see everyone in the next episode.